this crowd bouncing.
Oh my goodness me!
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that's a magnificent strike. Oh wow, that's absolutely awesome. Oh yes!
Has he got him? He has. Oh, wow. Now, that is some pickup shot.
All the fun and all the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket. All new experiences for everyone. All over the country. Every session is all-out action all the time. All are welcome, all invited. Even mums and dads. Skills, friendships, smiles, dreams. It all happens here. All you need is delivered right to your door. Best of all, it even has your name on it. All the activators are fully trained. And all they want is for us to have a great time. Always. Have, ball, catch, throw. Try it all. It's time to go all in, all together. And it all starts with All Stars. All you need to get started is at allstarscricket.co.uk.
This holiday at Middlesex Cricket.
Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lords. It's a double-header in the Blast today. A brilliant first day of cricket here in the T20 that we have. Sussex, the visitors, here to face Middlesex. The men's teams are on later. The women are up first for an early start under cloudy skies here at the moment. Sunny skies in the commentary box. So Andrew McKenna's back alongside myself, Kevin Hand, and fascinating day, fascinating few weeks ahead, Macca.
Absolutely, brilliant way to start things off. Of course, we're in half-term week in the UK at the moment, so there's going to be loads of families rocking through the gates. In fact, there have been for the last 40 minutes or so. Anyway, loads of double headers as well. And the Blast, I don't know, it it feels like the start of the second part of the season, if that makes sense. Certainly for the men, they've had that blocker championship, then they're going into the white ball. Great start now for the women to get things up and running today.
Right, we've got plenty to tell you about out in the middle, but first of all, let's hear from the protagonists today. You'll hear from Katie Wolf in just a moment, but first up, it's the coach, Mark Broom.
So Mark Broom, here we are at Lords ahead of the Vitality Blast opener against Sussex Sharks tomorrow. Doubleheader here at Lords. How are you feeling? How are the girls shaping up ahead of tomorrow?
Very excited, as you would be, stepping out at Lords. Very excited. They've got a fair bit of confidence in them because they've performed really well so far this year. There's also a little bit of nervousness, and I think apprehension as our first T20 match didn't quite go to plan. So they've trained really hard and they've got some good plans put into place. So yeah, I think there's a bit of excitement, a bit of nervousness. We're expecting Sussex to come out and be as strong as they normally are, and to give us a real run for our money. So we're looking for a really good day all round. Looking forward to it.
You touched on it there, but obviously it's no lie that you've had a very, very good start to the One Day Cup campaign. Obviously now a different format. What kind of conversations have you been having to kind of keep that momentum going into a different, shorter format?
The conversation has been quite simple. It's let's identify the things that we've done well in the 50 over stuff, and let's transfer those into the T20, and make sure that we perform our skills as well as we can. We know that there's obviously less time. You haven't got as much time to adapt, and things have to happen quicker and sooner. But the core fundamentals of getting the ball in the right place, getting your field set in the right place, having a clear plan, and then when you're batting, make sure we go hard up top, make sure we rotate strike, make sure we run hard, put the fielders under pressure. They're transferable across all the formats. It's just making sure that we don't allow the chaos that comes in T20 cricket to affect our plans, because that can happen. That can happen at the highest level. So a lot of clarity, and just making sure that we're very clear on what we want to do.
And you've mentioned it, the last Kent game obviously was a loss, but there were definitely some positives to take away, principally Finty's 50, Anaya bowled extremely well. What kind of role do you think they're going to play tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, you always try and take positives from every situation and game that you're in. That wasn't our best performance, but Finty's knock up top was superb. She will try and do the same, but now carry it further. I actually thought Gaia's knock, when she came in down in the lower order, she went brilliantly and kind of got us to what was initially a defendable score. And Anaya was just outstanding, just gave us a performance that we weren't expecting at that time, but one that she's backed up 3 or 4 times since. So we know that we've got to be better with the bat, and we have been in the 50 over stuff, and we know we've got to be far better with the ball, and we have been. So there's things we have to be mindful of from that first game, and Sussex are going to be strong, and we're well aware of that, and we have to play our best cricket to get a result, and that's how it should be. We can't expect to go out there and play half decent cricket. Sussex won't let us. We've got to go out there and play well. So we're expecting a tough challenge, but the girls are up for it.
And just building on that point, obviously we haven't faced Sussex in any of the formats yet. What really are you expecting them to bring here tomorrow?
I'm expecting them to bring what Sussex bring. They're going to bring excitement. They're going to bring some hard, fast cricket. They're not going to let us get away with anything. They've got a good bowling attack. Their batters have shown they can go hard up top, and we have to be mindful of that. I don't know about depth. I don't know about their depth, if I'm honest, but we have to assume they've got depth all the way down in their batting lineup, and we can't assume anything else. We can't afford to, if we do manage to get ahead of the game, we can't afford to let them back in, because they'll punish us, as we would if they were to let us back in the game. And I think that's what's going to be so exciting. It's who can hold their skills for longest tomorrow, who can strike first, and who can maintain the most amount of pressure for the longest period that's going to come out on top.
And finally, we've announced today that Naomi Datani is returning for 2 games on loan back here to Middlesex, on loan from Hampshire. Just a word on that.
Yeah, it's brilliant to have Dats back. She's a Middlesex girl through and through. She's a top quality cricketer that has got heaps of experience in so many formats now, playing in this country, playing abroad, playing 50 over, playing T20, playing hundreds. You know, she's been around for a long time, and she's someone that the girls can learn from. We've only got her for a couple of games. It may be a bit longer, we don't know yet. I would imagine after a couple of games Hampshire are going to say, right, we want her back, which is absolutely fine. But for the time we've got her, it's an opportunity for the girls to speak to and learn off a player who has a proven track record at the highest level. So yeah, it's brilliant to have Dats back. She's a great girl. She's just gelling with the group. She's already mixing with the group now as if she's never been away. So yeah, we're really fortunate to have her for a couple of games. And now it's down to her to go out and show the player she is, and probably only stay with us for a couple of games before she goes back to Hampshire. Yeah.
Perfect, and best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Katie Wolf, here we are at Lord's ahead of the Vitality Blast opener. It's kind of the first time we've had a real chance to catch up since the start of the season. Very strong start for you, as is for the team. How kind of do you reflect on how you've got going this season?
Obviously we're super happy with how we've got on so far. Just hoping to continue that, take all the positives from the 50 over staff into the T20s. So yeah, excited to get going.
And obviously you're Middlesex through and through. How does it feel to have all the accolades of this season, but also to be playing at Lord's in a double header against Sussex?
It feels great. It's been a while since I played at Lord's. It's been a few years now, but obviously Middlesex is home ground. There's nothing like it when you get back in here, so it's really nice, really good to be back here. Different sort of team, but same Middlesex spirit, so yeah, it'll be really good.
And we announced today that Naomi Ditani is returning on loan from Hampshire. See, back in your youth you played with her. How did it feel to kind of be reunited with your team partner?
Yeah, it'll be good. I haven't actually seen her yet, but obviously she was my captain a few years ago. I'm sure she's going to come out and whack the ball around, so it'll be great to have her back.
And now looking ahead to tomorrow, what kind of challenge do you think Sussex is going to present?
I think it will be a challenge. They're a strong team. You know, they've had a few good players coming in on loan as well, so yeah, it'll be a good challenge, but it's definitely one that we're ready for and excited for.
And for you personally, how are you kind of approaching this change of format given the success that you've had in the One Day Cup?
I think trying not to change too much actually will probably be the strong point, just trying to stay consistent with my lines and lengths, adding a few variations in there when needed, but yeah, ultimately staying consistent and hopefully waiting for the wickets to come.
Brilliant, and best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Casey Wolf, and before her, Mark Broom there. So here come our umpires today, heading out to the middle. Middlesex have won the toss and will field. And they're the teams, as you heard in the interview there, especially from Mark Broom. The excitement to have Naomi Ditani back at the top of the order for Middlesex, where it all began, became a Sunriser, then headed down to Hampshire, but back on loan now for Middlesex. So, yeah, should be a fascinating affair between these two, but that is certainly a big boost for Middlesex. The flags have been waved, and the players are out in the middle and on their way. So, we shall await the nod from the umpires. The bowling will begin from the nursery end. That's Adams, who will not take strike, I don't think, as Gaia Gole will open the bowling from the nursery end again. Another Sunriser. Saskia Hawley orchestrating matters alongside her. Can we go wide shot, please, mate? Can we go wide shot? Can we go wide shot, Mark? So they're the fields. A short, fine leg in position there, as you can see. Backward point, cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on. Straightish mid-wicket. There's a deep square out on that boundary, just out of shot. As well as a deep mid-wicket in a more orthodox position. So it will be Collis to have strike. And it'll be Gole to get us going from the nursery end. Ooh, now. I think that dipped. I don't think that'll be waist high. Yeah, absolutely fine. Nothing doing from the umps on that one.
Bound to be some nerves. First match of the competition. Here at Lord's, of course. Don't care who you are. You get a bit nervous when you walk through these gates. Of course, with the brand new ball, that lacquer on it, as Steve Harmison will tell you, they can slip out.
That's nice. We'll loop into the block hole. He's looking to clip square. Not able to do so. Really vastly experienced with sunrises. For the reshuffle. Again, right up there. It's good from Golay. Block hole deliveries to begin. All three of the first balls. That first one slipping out to be the full bunger. Not particularly full bunger, that last one was as well. Shape through the air for Golay. A little bit of in-swing. Watchfully, respectfully played by Adams. Strong breeze here at Lord's today as well. And Golay at the moment's running directly into that wind. Quick single taken, well done. Scampered. Let's get Adams off the mark. Fourth ball. But a strong start this for Middlesex.
There was a bit of in-dip on that last one, wasn't there? I should mention, there is a howling breeze blowing around this place, so might be to do with the wind, might be in duck. Nice combination of the two, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say what would be really interesting now would be if Golay could get one to nip away. But another one, as you say, shaping him to end the over. 2 without loss. Sussex Sharks have been put in here by Middlesex at Lord's. First of the double header here today. There's the dugouts in the background as well. Busy looking Sussex dugout. Ouch. Who did that? Tickles or a pinch? I'm hoping the former. Just don't pinch me. Tickle's fine.
They've gone early, haven't they? First over of the game. I suppose that's the idea, isn't it? Catch people unawares. Let's go with K2 Wolf then from the pavilion end.
Now, big appeal. Field shot that far across, to be honest.
Looks a little bit leg side. You can understand why Rima Chandaria has turned the appeal down. But a good one first up.
Now, that had a way swing, didn't it? Winds at the back of Wolf. Just started to shape away from Adams. Pavilion end as well, so any seam movement will bring the ball off stump to leg. As you look at the screen from left to right, and away swing is against the slope. Oh, that's a beaut! Absolute beaut! Swinging into that block hole. It started leg side. Adams' eyes lit up. Well, we haven't got the illuminating bails, but they'd have been buzzing right now, wouldn't they? That was a lovely ball from Wolf.
She has been in the right area straight from the outset, and that's, well, good luck. That is, and you can see why she's playing that shot. She's thinking, well, down the slope, it's going to carry on, therefore I'll work it into the leg side. Unfortunately for Adams, Wolf has then got it to shape, and it beats the outside edge and clatters into the timbers. It's a very understandable shot, but it's a brilliant delivery. What a start.
Well, I think Sussex are going to have to be very careful here because this ball is doing a bit through the air. We saw the in-swing from Gole, now from Wolf. She'll be very, very happy with that start. It'll be tails up for Middlesex here. Let's see how much we can see of it from behind. Just that swing, see out of the hand to some extent. Adams will reflect, could she have got in a better position to play the shot, but I think she'd still potentially have been playing around it and picked up LBW as opposed to bowls. Straight away onto that off stump again. Respectfully pushing that one into the offside.
What is interesting is Wolf started the over with a slip in place. She's bowled 4 balls, taken a wicket with the third, and with the new batter coming in, they've taken the slip out, which is interesting.
Pick up shot, and over mid wicket it goes. Quite got all of it, might just make it down the hill though, it does. Clubbed away. Comes off the mark on the first boundary for the Sharks.
First one short, isn't it? Gives Harman all the encouragement that she wants. She's just going to swing through the line of it.
It's close to being signalled a wide. I'm looking to punch, but it was just inside those tram lines. End of the second, a wicket. First boundary, it's all go.
Just slightly back of the length. Harman's trying to force off of the back foot, which you can understand in a T20 game, but that was a heck of an over. 6 for 1 after 2. Great start from Middlesex, winning the toss and bowling. As we all know, you can win the toss as much as you like. If you then don't go out and bowl well, it's all irrelevant. Great start.
Onto the pads, you can just see that movement out there. That shape is upsetting the Sharks at the moment. Izzy Collis padding up to a ball that's nipped back in, but again out of the hand. I think she hasn't picked it. That shape on the ball, that in swing.
If she moves that leg out the way, she's probably getting a wide there, isn't she? In a white ball game, she's actually kicked it away.
It's better from Collis in behind. Yeah, I mean, if she'd stepped inside of it, you have to wonder would it have gone down the line of where she was. But you're right, though, the leg went to the leg side, didn't it? Which as such was kicking away. But you can tell she's unsettled by the movement, Collis. And of course, Lords. Well, it does drift away down the leg side. Of course, Lords with the slope. I was listening to a tour downstairs in this media centre the other day, and they were describing the slope to, you know, the 20 or so folk on the tour, talking about how it slips away from, as we're looking, from right to left. Oh, no ball called, overstepping from Gole. Free hit coming up for Collis.
Julia Jarvis is telling Gole there she's a long way over.
She's almost perfectly made my point there, Gole. I was going to go for Collis because on that tour they said Sachin Tendulkar readily admitted he couldn't get his balance when batting here at Lords. There's the free hit, stepping across. It was clever from Collis, just couldn't make the connection she was looking for. Again, that swing from Gole. I mean, she's done the right thing though, because she knows the ball is coming into her. Similarly for Gole though, from the nursery end here, overstepping as she has, she's got to adjust to that slope. Just a bit too much in it. Just doing a bit too much, swinging up the slope and down the leg side.
So Gole naturally is swinging it back into the right-hander. And as you mentioned with the slope, it's taking her away to the offside. And so you're going to feel like you're falling away, and therefore you would assume if she is going to bowl wide, she's going to push them down the leg side because she will feel she's falling away.
Full bunger and away it goes down the ground. Collis will have her first boundary, a gift from Gole.
She started to get a bit twitchy, it's Collis, but she just waited that time and therefore gets the straight boundary.
That's a nice connection, just the single. Again, if she'd have let that go, Collis, she'd have got the wide down the leg side, but trying to get it away fine. It's actually quite difficult to close her face on a ball like that, especially swinging into you, as it was. But she picks up the single, and the over 13 for 1 after 3 have been put in here at the Sharks. You can see it there on that shot. You can really see the ball falling from right to left, from left indeed to right. It's the Compton that you can see on the left there, the Edrich on the right, either side of the media centre, and yeah, there's that slope. The lowest point is just out of shot to the right, top of the right of the screen there. You can just see a steward or a member of the ground staff sat down. It's not perfectly left to right here, it's slightly up down as well, isn't it? Diagonal, the slope.
Fantastic first over from Wolf. That's that old thing of back it up. And she's doing so. It's exactly where you would want to be. Harry Podmore, the assistant coach, will be very happy with that.
Oh, it's a big wide. It's always swinging away. It started wide. I say it was big wide. It's not that big, but because of the away swing she's getting, as soon as it was out of the hand, as soon as it started, you thought that's going.
That's the thing, isn't it? If the natural angle starts wide, umpires get twitchy. Then if it goes a bit further away, they get even more twitchy. That's back at it, tighter, and bowl into the field. You've got a deep cover. Not a problem. So there's a sweeper out either side. And in fact, there's a second sweeper going out on the leg side for Harman, who's already played that one attacking shot through sort of wide mid-wicket. So there's a deep square leg and a deep mid-wicket out on the leg side.
No ball again, overstepping. Nearly a run out of the no ball, backing up at the non-strikers, and Collis had to get back. Slight smile, but a smile from Harman anyway, she wouldn't have been run out. Free hit signals. Here we go again. But it's not easy, the slope here at Lord's. Something all the bowlers will have to get accustomed to quickly. Up and over, very clever. Deftly done. Comes back for a couple.
Well, that's now a couple of free hits in the innings, and on both occasions batters have gone across their crease and sort of tried to flick it over their own shoulder. So that, I'm sure, is going to go into the memory bank of the Middlesex Brains Trust. Obviously you don't want to be bowling free hits if you can avoid it, but 2 out of 2 is an interesting stat so far.
It's bumps away off cover and a single taken. Just again, waiting on that swing. Just a couple of boundaries though so far. Edged away, thick edge, looking for the shot, but not as fine as that. Third boundary, end of the 4th over, 24 for 1.
We did mention the breeze earlier. The one thing we didn't mention when we were talking, Kev, was how warm it is today. The humidity is pretty good, so it feels like it should be a really good, if you are a swing bowler, it's a really good day, and that's why that one again is just shaping. The old adage, if you're going to swing, swing hard. Harman does exactly that. Gets the edge and flies away. Now, of course, this is the slight difference from men's to women's cricket. You wouldn't have thought in a men's T20 game an opening bowler would get maybe a third over.
Swings that one in again. It's a tight tumble down there, and Wolf's done well. Holds Collis to a couple. It's excellent fielding indeed by Wolf. Yeah, I'd imagine two factors here. One is the slope and the other is the swing. For the batters and the bowlers, I reckon it's a challenge. I think probably if you can get a bowler into a groove here, which Middlesex, I'm sure, are hoping that Gole is going to get into in this, and potentially Wolf if she comes back to for a third. I'd imagine that's what the thought process is.
Well, the other thing, of course, is as we know, the white ball doesn't always swing for very long. So if you've got two bowlers who can swing it, and it is swinging, keep going.
That one didn't swing, and Collis will feel she's missed out. Look at the frustration. But that was gun barrel straight, and that would have been in the batter's mind, because we've seen reasonable in swing, but you're also thinking as well, one of these could come booming back in as well. All of a sudden you see a big juicy one outside the off stump like that, the next thing you know, your middle and off poles are pushed back. Full bunger, Gole going for the Yorker again, it's away, and Wolf won't stop it this time.
He's chased it all the way to the boundary edge, but as you can see there is having to retrieve it from the first row of seats. Real heartbreaker for a field of that. Collis just starting to get a little bit frustrated with herself. So a bit disappointing from a Middlesex point of view that she got that ball to try and flay away.
Oh, misfield at cover. They'll get back for at least a couple here. It's Tatani giving chase. Strong arm. That's just the two. Good fielding from Tatani.
Is there a more lonely place in sport than the fielder when you know that actually you should have had that one?
That's away as well. 4 more.
Well, she didn't have the easiest start to her innings, Collis, but she now seems to have got into it with 20 from 18. And that shot there, as you can see, third is quite wide, almost round by backward point. So as much as anything, it's a guide into that space. After 5 overs, 36 for 1. And it will be a bowling change. Saskia Hawley coming out from the pavilion end. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, again stationed out.
Oh, look at the loop. I'm nearly done by it. Pushed back by that one. Use the feet. Bumped back. Stumping it was. Small pushed into the gap.
Fans of Flight and Guile will be loving this. This is giving it every chance to spin, isn't it? Landing it with that loop and the revolutions on it. And I think this battle with Collis could be very entertaining.
Chipped up. Oh, it's just short. Caught in two minds as to whether to go for it or not. It's always dying. Just short of the deep. Around on the ropes, there's Trussler.
Well, 6 from the over. And at the end of the power play, 42 for 1. But I've got to say, I thought that was a really good over. Plenty in it for the bowler there. And we're going to get spin at both ends, with Hannah Davies coming on to bowl her leggies. Long on is in position, along with the deep mid wicket, deep square leg and cover sweeper. So now that we've got out the power play,
shape on that again, wasn't it?
Datani did well to get down away to her right. "21 years of age, Hannah Davies, bowling at Lords." It's not a bad life, is it?
What were you doing at 21, Andrew?
Actually, I wasn't doing this.
Actually, don't answer that. That's a beautiful bit of flight, and that's got a chance. She was bowling with the slope there, turning it with the slope. Did it just start too straight? Yeah. Probably just sliding. Benefit of the doubt to the batter. That's looped up and punished.
Unfortunately, it went up out the hand and sort of carried on, didn't it? Just needed to dip that bit more on the batter.
Wide, open it down the leg side, just done a little bit too straight at the moment. Big boundary is to the offside as well, so she's got room to play with outside off. It'll be a leg by, in fact, won't be anything at all. Short fine leg in quickly, it's Pearson. Through for the single this time. End of the 7th. 49 for 1. Going at 7s.
Lots of people through the gates already. As mentioned earlier, it is half-term week. So lots of families in the house, making the most of this double header.
To the attack. Oh, that goes up. No need to have a look. All the way. What a sweet pickup that was from Harman. Patel. The flight. Give him the treatment. It's chipped up. Long on back, but there's a straight mid-wicket. Just about had a chance at that. Oh, throw comes in. That's not a bad throw from the boundary at all. Middlesex alert. Sure, there's no buzzers. 6 bringing up the 50 stand for the opening pair. For the second wicket, sorry. In the air again, just over to Tani. Throwing up an arm at cover. There you go. Just over the returning star.
This is why T20 cricket can drive you mad. You think you bowled a decent ball, in fact a couple of decent balls, and they just end up being chipped 5 metres over the fielder.
In the gap, up the hill, and not quite away from Davis. Turn and throw. A couple more and they're ticking again here. Oh, what a lovely ball that is from Patel. Floated into the block hole. High fives all round. Happy moment for Patel with the wicket at Lords. Crucial breakthrough for Middlesex.
As we said, it's been a case of so near so far that it's over, with them just landing out the way of the fielders. And this time she said, well, okay, I'll do the job myself. Hit the timbers, nice and straight. Harman going across the line. Takes the gamble. 3 fours and a 6. And she makes 26 from 19, 59 for 2.
Flight onto the splice of the new Bassa Green. Skipper for the Sharks. Green. End of the over. Joy for Patel. 59 for 2 it is after 8. There's the cloudy skies we have overhead here at Lords, which will be helpful for that little bit of shape so far. Certainly counting for Adams. It's also a Grizzly. Grizzly Shark.
It's an interesting combination, if ever there was one.
Well, they're captained by a green shark. Is there a doctor in the house? And the skipper of the Sharks is off. Sorry, he's on to strike. It's Collis who picks up the single. Oh, what a ball that is. Had to go up for the appealing excitement. Lovely bit of flight. Past the edge, past the off stump. No leg side on that one.
She's just adjusted her line over a little bit, hasn't she? She's been a little bit too leg side so far. Now she's gone that little bit straighter.
Well, I can't quite fathom how the ball before managed to turn past the bat and the off stump as it did. It was a lot of turn. That's the Googly sliding on. Traps in behind that back pad. But it's the end of the 9th. Just the 3 singles. 62 for 2. But yeah, that ball that went past the edge, went past the off stump. The length of it, it seemed it didn't have the right to get past the off stump as it did. I mean, the length of that.
It looks like it has to take a wicket, even when I'm watching it now on the replay.
It's like when you're watching a movie when you're a kid, and you always know the hero's going to one of the heroes is going to die at this point. Like, oh, come on, he might not die this time. Straight to mid-wicket and back to the pavilion. Hawley with the catch. Patel has a second. And Collis, a fine start here for the Sharks. She's going to go for 29 from 26. A couple of nice pickups into the onside for Collis, but not this time.
She perishes in the area that she's found quite profitable so far, taking the ball from outside off stump. But Middlesex station Hawley in exactly the right spot, didn't need to go left or right, just stand your ground and take the catch. 62 for 3. Four balls away from the halfway mark of the innings. 62 on the board already. Run rate just north of 6.5 as Wesley walks to the crease.
Richard Adams is from a cricketing family. Wesley. Cousin Jazz Wesley. Two pretty fresh batters at the crease. This is a big moment for Middlesex, trying to assert their authority on this innings. Turns away. The drive. And again, piece of string for Patel.
And again, just holding its line. That one, potentially the one before, he almost even went a little bit up the slope with the undercut.
Up in the air. And gone! 2 in the over. Dollied up to mid-on. There was a bit of movement to be done there for Pindoria to get around. But get around she did and hold on. Third ball duck for Wesley. Big over for Middlesex.
Would have felt like that one had a little bit more air on it from Wesley's point of view. She takes it on, and as you can see, she picks the line early. Pindoria gets around to take the catch. Fantastic over.
Indigo Gentry, the new batter. Feast of their own at the moment. 62 for 4 at the halfway stage. Oh, there's shape on that through the air, wasn't there? A bit of drift. Oh, with eagerness from Titani there, but well kept by Sproul.
A double wicket maiden in a T20 game.
At Lords.
At Lords, I mean...
Retire now, Patel. It's not going to get much better than
proper mic drop moment, that, isn't it? 62 for 4 at the halfway stage.
She's going to have to go hat-trick next time, and there it is, look. Those 3 wickets. They were just getting to a point, the Sharks. Those runs had crept up really out of nowhere. I think it was a boundary ball too many, but it is a T20. It's Pearson, first time in the attack.
Sixth bowler used already. 10 overs. Proper rebuilding job for the Sharks needed here.
Chipped up. Titania backward points. Sweeping up out on the boundaries. Trussler, but that was nearly a chance again.
If you weren't with us right at the top of the broadcast, Naomi Titani has rejoined on loan from Hampshire for a short period, and that's why she's back out there and in a shirt with no name or number on it. Helmet's coming out, so we're going back up to the stumps. Gentry's underway.
Just the single. Sweeper tries him around quickly.
Interesting, Middlesex have gone with the long on at the moment. Of course, the old school thinking was, well, you have them in the ring to start with, and if they hit over the top, then we put them back. Of course, the modern thinking is, let's not give them anything.
Just like that. End of the 11th, 65 for 4.
It's that kind of modern thinking that says, if they're going to play that shot, they're going to play that shot, so let's have a fielder in place. And in a game that might be tight, 3 runs could be all the difference. Bounce. The shot that Green was expecting, she wasn't expecting it to bounce like that. Now if Middlesex can put a 2 or 3 over spell together here, with one boundary in, let's be really miserly, try and dry up the runs.
That's chipped up again. Paul seems to be following Datani everywhere today, or either side of her at least, as that one goes fine out to the sweeper on the boundary, which is Wolf, and the single's taken. Again. Should just be a single once more, and it is.
Now, if Patel can maintain this line, I wonder if there's a case for bringing one of the leg side sweepers over to the offside. Because at the moment, this is 5-4 in favour of the leg side. But if she can control it, then I think there's a case for bringing one of the fielders. If they're going to start hitting across the line from outside of off stump, well, then you can adjust it. But Collis was aiming to straightish mid-wicket. We haven't seen much since.
Up in the air and gone. 5th wicket falls at the end of the 12th, and it's the visiting skipper Green who has to depart. Patel, another, a 4-fer. Still an over to come. Huge disappointment for Green though. Sharks. Struggling here. It's dollied up off the thick edge. Will catch on this occasion. Green has to go. The Sharks in the 12th, 67 for 5. Oh, attempted scoop. Through the covers, but the sweeper's back. Chosler sweeping up again.
This is exactly the mopping up job we were talking about. The last few minutes, just a single from the over. This is exactly what they need to be doing, working as a pairing. Patel taking the wickets at one end, don't let the other end get away, and that's exactly what they're doing.
I think there was an inside tickle on that. Pearson was just about to go up. And singles. A couple of singles off the over. 13 done. The Sharks put in 69 for 5.
Well, a penny for the thoughts of those two batters. 5 down, 7 to go. And Patel about to come on to bowl a final over with 4 for 12 to a name already. Penny for the bowler's thoughts too. Don't care who you are. 5 for at Lords. In a T20 as well, when you've only got 24 balls to bowl.
Every ball on the stumps here.
Got to be, surely.
First one's not far off. Turned for a single. There's a big boundary on the leg sides, which supports that. Bowling onto the stumps here. Shorter boundaries to the offside for the right hander with the bowling from the pavilion end. So 2 back in the deep catching. And a charge for a single.
Oh, fair play to Gentry. Quite happy to charge. Not going to see the over out.
Up in the air, but safe. No short third. There's only a backward point at short fine leg who gets there. Davis. Strong arm home holds him to a couple, but tell for a moment. I would have thought she was in the game there. I think she just said to Saskia Hawley, I thought I was in the game there.
Wired up to you, that's what it is.
So can drive. Yes, no! The throw doesn't come in quickly enough, and back they come. It's Natani, just couldn't steady herself at cover.
Well, she plays the shot, non-striker starts to come, and all of a sudden, Gentry's got a problem. She's 3/4 of the way down.
No 5 for Patel, single to end the over, but 4 for 18. Patel is going to be very, very happy with that. Her teammates certainly are. Sharks with 6 to go, they're 75 for 5.
What an effort, that's been. Rightly getting a good round of applause. You can put lunch down to applaud.
Person that has.
6 to go then. Run rate was around 6.6 earlier, as you can see there, now down below 5.4. At what point do they feel they can launch something of a charge? Davis again starting with the googly.
Gentry going for the charge again. Famous to charge on that one, but it's in the balance here, isn't it, as to whether to stick or twist at this point for the Sharks. 5 down. Oh, a swing and a miss.
Was she anticipating googly? And that one just carried on straight.
Snow out in the middle again.
I can understand why Gentry is playing the shot and then starting to take those steps, because we are in the 15th over of a T20, but when you're 5 down already, I think they may need to have a conversation at the end of this over.
Clothed it to her saving Gentry. Just the single for the last ball of the over. 76 for 5. 5 overs to go.
It's been a fabulous 5 over block that from Middlesex. At the halfway mark, Sussex was 62 for 4. 76 for 5 now. So 14 for 1 in a 5 over block of a T20 game. That really is very impressive. Corley back into the attack.
Nearly into the wickets, nearly a run out as well. Taylor was a little slow off the mark there, and I think there was a word there from Taylor back to Gentry. Smile now, can't hear you maybe, just tap the side of her head. Call perhaps wasn't clear. Floats that one past. It's not the first time these two have had a yes-no moment. Swaps for a single. Down the track. Just with a shuffle, Gentry on this one. Gets us off with that. Taylor watchfully pushing back. Gentry backing up. Just need to be mindful. Just the switch to bring one more across to the offside. Interesting. It's floated up into the block hole again. Yes, no. And no, they settle on. This isn't good for my heart rate. 3 singles in the over, 79 for 5.
Well, I'll tell you who's going to be very happy at the moment. That's Saskia Hawley. She's just completed that over for 3 singles. But they're doing exactly what they were wanting to in terms of just putting a complete handbrake on the run rate. It's now down below 5. So 4 overs to go, 79 for 5. Middlesex will be really happy with this. If they can continue this, obviously bowl the opposition out, that's even better. But the way that they've dropped this run rate in the last few overs has been spectacular.
Down the track, very nearly down the throat of long off, just wide of the fielder. They're coming around at long off.
That's the first time she's actually been out at long off. She's back to mid off on this occasion.
Whoa! Double reverse.
Nine overs now since the last boundary. First ball of the 8th over the last boundary, and they're not going to get one from that. With mid off, back on the boundary at long off. That's just a single. That's fine.
Drift on that again, just a little bit of loop. So it's nicely dragged for the single 20 over. 4 singles. 83 for 5. 18 balls. 17 runs to bring up 3 figures for the Sharks. Put in here at Lord's. I thought that was rain he was signalling for a moment. Where are we going to sit, he says. Meantime, the grandstand, it's a bundle. Coach looking pretty cool. Second right there, Broom in the background. Just a single to start Hawley's 3rd over.
Well, we asked the question, when would Sussex feel that the time is right to press the button? It's got to be soon, otherwise it'll be too late to actually press it.
Some breaks through. Nearly broke through with that one. I didn't think Gentry was going to quite be able to work it away. Taylor, my apologies. It's the attempt to find the boundary.
This is so clever. You know the batter's going to be coming at you. They've simply got to at this time of the innings. Hawley's doing a great job.
That's chipped up straight down the ground. Long off and long on are both back, just a single.
'87 for 5 then after 18. 12 legal deliveries remaining.
Busy day up at Lord's. Stand Warner regulars all in position. That is the closest. Closest side of the ground. That is up in the air. That's going to be close. It is. It's gone the other way. Looking to paddle over. Short fine. Only paddle straight down the throat of short third. Gentry's got to go. Pearson has a wicket. The Sharks are 6 down.
Well, we said they had to do something, they had to try something. It brings out the scoop. Be a little bit outside edgy actually, which is what takes it to the fielder at third. Doesn't really matter how it gets to Hannah Davis. The important thing is she's taking the catch. And it's another one in the wicket column. From 27 Gentry, and she'd been trying as well. She'd shown plenty of intent at times that charge, or at least the shuffle, came out from Gentry. You can actually just see in the background, deep square leg has started the sprint round towards long leg, thinking, oh, hang on. But unfortunately, with the angle, it was actually going to short third. Talitha Stanley is the new batter. Left hand up, scratching away, checking the field. Wicket dot ball to start the 19th. Very good start this from Pearson to the over. Middlesex have done, we keep talking about this job of slowing things down, but taking wickets as well. Sussex were 59 for 1 in the 8th over. They're now 87 for 6 in the 19th. Smeared out of the splice. Connection at all that Stanley was looking for. It's a single, they'll take it. Yeah, we were saying it was hard to see quite where those runs had come from, but there were a couple of no balls and there were a couple of edges for boundaries. Now, that was gone. If the throw had have hit mid-wicket, having a shy. It's tip and run stuff, isn't it, really? Thinking two, but it'll just be the single. She's taken that basically off middle stump. But it's that point of the innings where you just make contact. You've got to, particularly when you're coming in at number 8. Stanley does what she needs to do, gets her partner back on strike.
Oh, just fine of the fielder. Had to go for it, Davis. Concedes the boundary.
Well, it could have been the wicket, but it's the first boundary since the 8th over. The 9th of the innings in total. And it was not far away from being the wicket at all. Davis came at it and then realised she wasn't going to get there. So instead of going from attacking mode, went into defensive mode, tried to cut off the boundary, and unfortunately just ran away. 6 to go then. Can Middlesex keep this in double figures? That's got to be the target.
So, final over. Saskia Hawley will finish the job. It's a good start to the over for the Sharks. On to 98, closing on that 100.
The old London buses comment, isn't it? You wait for a boundary for ages and then a couple come along. Change in the field as well. Short fine leg on the edge of the 30-metre circle comes into play.
Floated into the block hole. Hopefully a bit of loop on that.
From around the wicket with the change of angle, I'm intrigued by the field of a point and a backward point inside the circle on the offside. They're watching as the catch is taken. Irving takes the catch, and that's number 7. Stanley took it on as she had to.
There really. Both of them would have backed themselves to take that.
Eva O'Neill comes to the crease with 3 balls of the innings to go. What can she manufacture?
To begin. It's a nice chip. Didn't go fully through with it, just went to the pitch, kept the bat straight and go dragging at it.
Well, they've reached the 3 digits, 100 for 7, 1 ball to go.
That's really good running. They're back for the second. 102 for 7 off their 20 overs, the Sharks. It shouldn't be enough. Mid-innings collapse costing them dear. 10-minute break here at Lords. We'll jump quickly to it as well. Back with you in a flash as well though. Sharks put in. They finished 102 for 7.
Get this crowd bouncing. Oh my goodness me! Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, that's a magnificent strike. Oh wow, that's absolutely awesome. Oh yes!
Has he got him? He has. Oh, wow. Now, that is some pickup shot.
All the fun and all the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket. All new experiences for everyone. All over the country. Every session is all out action all the time. All welcome, all invited. Even mums and dads. Skills, friendships, smiles, dreams. It all happens here. All you need is delivered right to your door. Best of all, it even has your name on it. All the activators are fully trained. And all they want is for us to have a great time. Always. That, ball, catch, throw, try it all. It's time to go all in, all together. And it all starts with All Stars. All you need to get started is at allstarscricket.co.uk.
Power your play this holiday at Dynamo's Cricket.
Very good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Lords. The chase is about to begin. Middlesex had 103 to win. Having put the Sharks in 7 down at the end of their innings. Patel. It's going to be a familiar face at the top of the order for Middlesex. Naomi Datani's back from Hampshire on loan. She'll be back with a bang. Took a bowl in this one. Left arm seamer. Powerful batter. Good start here for Middlesex. There might be no comeback for Sussex, but it was a second half capitulation from the Sharks. Innings, Pandoria with an on-striker's end with Datani. Chase that Middlesex will fancy. Kevin Hand alongside me, Andrew McKenna for this one.
Well, I think from a Sussex point of view, it's simple. They have to take every chance that comes along. Just 5.2 and over to win this game. Here we go then.
Whoa, straight through. Well, it could have been a first baller on a return for Middlesex to Tani. Away it goes. By signals. Gone through everything.
I don't think it turned massively from green. Just beat everything through. Short third, backward point, deep cover on the boundary, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wickets. As this one's pushed out on the offside. Deep mid-wicket on the boundary, and a backward square inside the circle. The field for green.
Nicely done. Onto middle stump. I think that's what the Sharks have got to do here. They've just got to bowl wicket to wicket. Keep that ball on the stumps. Oh, there's the director of cricket in the background, carrying his own bench. Shouldn't he have people to do that for him? Angus Fraser lifting a finger. Single, they're a little late in setting off there, but Datani is going to get through, just has to get through at a little bit more of a pace. Single to end the over, the first run off the bat, Middlesex 5 without loss.
Smiles say a lot there, don't they? Had to hurry a little bit on that last one, but okay. No harm, no foul. Curling then.
Starts leg side, and just a little glance. I'll think about two. Deep square coming around. Will they take on the arm? No. That's the one.
Pinderay can finally join the party and face a delivery. What Middlesex can't afford to do is get themselves bogged down in the way that Sussex did. That spell of 71 balls without a boundary in the heart of their innings.
Shaking arms now away from right-handed Pindoria.
Just get it there or thereabouts. And then when the scoring ball comes along, make the most of it.
Certainly get two this time. It's a good stop. Gentry down on the ropes. Strong arm too. Clears the keeper, but well backed up. And a couple to end the over. 2-goal, 6-8 without loss.
That's a nice solid stance, isn't it? Pindoria used the wrist nicely to get that wide down to third. Conversation about field placing. Settle in. Doherty's going to bowl.
Be interested to see how Middlesex go about this chase. Power play for the first 6 overs. Do they need to open up? 5.27, current just over 4. You say you can gamble 2 wickets in the power play, don't you? How and where? This opening pair press gamble. Feels like they are just getting a little tetchy here. One of them's going to have to put their foot on the accelerator slightly, you fancy, at this stage. Have to be reckless, but that's easy from up here. It's well run, well called by Ditani.
Ditani will feel like she's missed out on one there.
Yeah, I just wonder if this pressure can turn into a wicket as they look for a boundary. That will be a wide.
That's a great take. That's a really good take. Standing up to a seamer, down the leg side, and you've got the swish of the batter in front of you.
And another.
I think that was a back of the hand ball. There's something about that looked different from this distance. Good captaincy, that. Kiara Green walks over and just says, look, don't worry about it. Just finish your action, finish your over.
A dot ball to finish, that'll feel better. 4 off it with a couple of wides. 12 without loss after 3.
Curling to continue.
Oh, that was a lovely bit of shape. Away from the outside edge, which it did take of Pindoria. Finest of nicks. So shaped away. Would it have taken off stump without the nick? Maybe. Maybe. And was it a chance? Well, it would have been a glorious grab.
Curling is shaping it at the moment. Just getting that little bit away from the right-hander.
Up in the air and safe.
Again, that is shaping. She's played the shot on the strength that it feels like a leg side delivery, but it holds its line and straightens a bit, and as a result, flies off the top edge. That's going to hurt curling. She's bowled a very good delivery there, and it's squeezed between the two fielders and away for a single.
That's got through. It was powerfully struck by Pindoria. Rocking back, saw the length early. Saw the boundary as her eyes lit up. It's double figures, Middlesex. After 4 at 20 without loss.
Wasn't that short, but she's picked up the length quickly enough. That movement going away from the right-hander. If it's pitched outside of off stump, she's gambling that it's not going to be some sort of inducker this time. Goes through the pull and gets 4 for it.
That's a sweet shot from Titani. It's straight to the sweep, so it'll just be a single, and this is why they mustn't and didn't need to panic. And well done both Titani and Pindoria. Wait for the mistake. Obviously, you know that bad balls take wickets as well, so be wary of the mistake, be wary of the bad balls. But you're going to change your line of attack here, the skipper. But all of a sudden, just in a couple of deliveries, in and over, necessity swings to the Sharks to try and find a wicket here.
Kiara Green's coming around the wicket, long on in place and deep mid-wicket. Sussex have brought over another fielder to go just backward of square inside the circle. Squeeze down towards thirds. Who's going to win the ball? You can see the moment about 3 steps before the boundary when she realises she's not going to win that race. Oh, Control C, Control V. Except this time, it doesn't go all the way.
Oh, yes, no, and she's gone. Well, that is a blow. Datani came charging down. The charge back didn't come quickly enough. Middlesex give the Sharks their breakthrough. And Maria said no. Oh, was there a yes? And then a no. First step from Pindoria was to say that she was coming, and then she called no. By that point, Datani had to get the brakes on. Couldn't get back in time. 27 for 1.
Well, what there definitely was a couple of steps, wasn't there? And that encourages the non-striker to go. And unfortunately, by that point, you're committed. Feels a little bit unnecessary, but it's a T20 thing, isn't it? And in comes Finty Trussell.
Breaking into a bit of garage there. Ideas for marketing next year on. It's a T20 thing, isn't it?
Kind of the opposition to help out. A fiver in the book. 27 for 1. Rate just creeps above the required rate. Pursuit of 103. back by.
It's leg side, but again the slope gives you a chance. I think you'd see a lot of off stump, but just if there was any straightening off that ball, not enough. Length as well would have given the umpire cause for concern.
Good looking shot for a single, that.
It's a fine game of cat and mouse at the moment. Middlesex are a couple of wickets away from being in trouble, but equally that run rate at the moment feels pretty good. The run out was sloppy. If it wasn't costly. No, but not far away. They'd have gone up, I reckon, if they had the option for DRS. Last one was very much leg side, and this one, yeah, it was shorter, this delivery, but in the game, Stanley. It's a quality over, and she picks up a wicket to finish. Thought the edge was beaten, but it's taken. Trussler's innings comes to a swift end, just the 4 deliveries. A little nick through.
Well, you just said, important stage of the innings. It's a nice take. It's a disappointing way to get out from a batter's point of view. 29 for 2.
Saskia Hawley won the toss. She win the game. Job to do here now after all. It's becoming a very good start. Chase for Middlesex. Gets it turned it quickly now. The pressure swings.
Well, that's the 6-over power play in the book. As a comparison, Sussex were 42 for 1 at this stage. But of course, it was in about an over and a half time that the handbrake went on. O'Neill from the pavilion end.
Would have been a wide, but single's taken.
Ripping a few leg breaks to herself.
Like you with the mic just before we go on air. I'm telling you, you're going to break it one of these days.
I'll turn one day as well.
Single again. They will need boundaries. I don't think they will do this in singles. Middlesex, yes, the required rate is below 6 and over. But just like that, I think there's enough tightness in this, putting it on the stumps, that Sussex will keep the squeeze on in that sense. this game of who blinks.
Yeah, there's also not a great deal of pace on the ball, so it's all on the batter to put it on. It's going to feel like, when you're standing there, it's almost, is it going to get to me? It's clever that there's so little energy in the ball for the batters to work with. They're going to have to make all the running with this. 31 for 2 after 7.
Feels like they're getting through these deliveries quickly as well. Lack of boundaries. I must be saying that it's a Sussex skipper at the moment. Keep it tight, but keep it moving swiftly. Let these deliveries race by for Middlesex. But that's what Middlesex have to do. They have to be patient. Sussex got that partnership going at the start of the round. A couple of wides, a couple of no balls, a couple of free hits. Just the 7 extras so far in this innings. Actually 4 byes for the very first ball. Oh, and that was very nearly 4 wides. That's a really good stop behind the stumps and nearly a run out of the wide. So they've got a couple there for the wide.
Molly Adams has done Stanley a huge favour there. She doesn't stop it cleanly behind the stumps, but as you say, that could easily be 4 wides.
Again, that would have been a wide. Pandoria stretching to cut that one away. Towing to the bat brings the single.
It's the natural reaction of the bowler, isn't it? Having put a couple down leg side, you're going to go, right, I'll make sure I'm definitely not down leg side this time. And you end up going 18 inches outside of off stump.
And through, that's really well placed by Hawley. Should have the legs, and it does. Welcome boundary for Middlesex. Skipper cashes in on the full toss.
Well placed that, well played. It's from outside of off stump. With it being a shin high full toss, she's got the time to pick her spot and even up the slope. It still rolls away.
I wonder. I think she was home. The senior area, but it was tight. She was home.
Bottom hand comes through on that one. Fielder at mid-on. 40 for 2 after 8. Just a smidge behind the required rate. Going at 5, lead 5 1/4. Reminds me of me and my sister battling it out.
So it was you and the producer when you hear the cake served downstairs. Those who live in glass houses, Kevin, those who live in glass houses.
What the viewers unfortunately don't know is that you're already in the starting blocks waiting the call that they've arrived. Usain Bolt wouldn't beat Kevin to the cake tray, trust me.
Swept away. Single taken. Moves to 20. It's a drag, but it's a drag for 4. Well, she's hit that well, Hawley. She picked out the fielder, but she picks up another boundary.
Stands in and picks a spot.
Nearly bisecting them. Slightly closer to the deep backward square. Just seeing hit it well. Straight to the fielder. Chipped it safely. Straight enough and short of the field. It didn't go fully through with the shot, hauling it down the throat of long on. 9 gone, 48 for 2.
So we're approaching halfway, both in terms of the runs required and the overs bowled.
Mr. Bon Jovi there.
So where's the Barmy Army when you need them? Millie Taylor to Bolton left arm.
50 up for Middlesex in the 10th, 50 for 2. Across Hawley.
I've never quite worked out why, but there's something about left arm wrist spin that always looks more, I don't know, awkward than right arm wrist spin, and there's no logic behind why it should be, because it's exactly the same thing, but it just looks more complicated.
I can't disagree with you at all. Ten gone, 53 for 2. Now, this was the point where it started to go wrong for Sussex, and this is the point now for Middlesex. Is it going to be the building block? Is it going to be the foundation?
.62 for 4, Sussex were. So Middlesex closing in, but 2 wickets better off.
Now, not gone fully through with it. Just a chip down to long on.
Now we've seen a few chips in both innings so far, landing 10, 15 inside the boundary. And we've only seen 1 6 in the whole match. I'm going to be honest, if I'm captain, I might be tempted to say, guys, just take a few steps in. If they can clear you, fair play. If they don't, well, then you just keep on chipping them in, don't you?
Attempt to bring them in. Oh, slipped down the slope from Green. Nearly got through the bottom edge. Coming to the rescue. Skipper. There's that chip again. Single turn the over. A couple of singles, both of them chipped along. 11 gone, 55 for 2.
There are a lot of reasons to like women's cricket, but I'm going to be honest, the standout one this afternoon has been the ability to get on with it. I reckon, and I'll stick my neck out here, I'm going to reckon we could get a game completed inside 1 innings of an IPL match. I reckon we'd have it comfortably. There's no delays in this whatsoever. Everyone's in position, everyone's ready to bowl. Game on.
There's the chip down to long on, which is the point you were making, Andrew, about bringing up the fielder and saying to them, oh, you want to go over the top. It doesn't even have to be a mid-on, a deep mid-on, just that little bit further in.
Just to say, well, just play the shot again, but all you've got to do is slightly mistime it, and you bring that fielder into play.
Pulled hard. Sweepers are back. It's never going to beat the fielders there. Time to drop 2 either. Not the space, I should say, to drop 2. Andrew short on that side as well, but it was almost the amount of effort that was used. It's only ever going to be 1. There goes the chip again. Just the single. Shuffle from Hawley. Oh, and that only just clears. Cover. It's Collis. It's for the catch.
On the full toss, got just enough of it. Goes to 30 from 33, leading this Middlesex charge. Middlesex in that situation where the runs required are less than balls remaining. It's always a good position to be in around this stage.
Use the feet. Bump ball push back. Backing up checked by the bowler. 62 for 2 after 12, 41 from 48. So this will go to the wire. However, it only takes 1 over. Either way, double wicket maiden in that Sussex innings for Patel. That really swung matters. One of those right now could well be decisive and push the required rate up considerably. Goes again, her final over. Yes, no, goodness me. Parliamentary debate on that one in the middle. Oh, now fingertips. Not sure the umpire was in position at the other end. Pindoria has to get back. This could be close. Very difficult call for the umpire, though.
Benefit of the doubt, I think. Almost a replay. That was real, by the way. We're not playing a replay.
We'll try that one again, shall we?
A replay of the replay.
You can say that again. That's a lovely shot for 4. Pindoria here, anchoring the innings. Nearly in reach for the bowler. I think they've got to bring up this long, as you were saying, Macca.
Well, especially now as it's almost a 10 differential between runs and balls. If you allow Middlesex to keep chipping away and take singles, you're going to lose with 10 balls to spare. So, look, from Middlesex point of view, thank you very much, we'll take the win. But it does feel like they may need a change of policy. Back to curling then and some seam. Second time this afternoon that Adams has saved 4 wides down the leg side.
That's a pick-up shot for 4. Widen the boundary to begin. Pressure swings to curling here.
It's a good-looking shot, this.
We said 1 over. Could send this match in a decisive direction at this stage. Curling's going to have to be very, very careful here. That was not a bad shot at all by Pandoria. It wasn't a bad ball, was it? It was a really sweet pick-up. Put a mid-wicket in place as a result. It gets away now. This could get away for 4. Keeper's got a glove on it. That too could be decisive. Will it just take the pace off it? Oh dear. Away it goes. This may be the moment for Middlesex. 50 partnership as well, of which Pandoria has 24. Hawley has 8 in the wides.
Five in one delivery. I'm going to be honest, I think Sussex have got the field wrong here. I'd have a fine leg in play because the bowler is clearly struggling, and yet the only fielder on the leg side behind the umpire is at deep backward square.
That's a very good stop. Save 4. Let's get into the point that may well be a match-saving stop as well. Edge out of reach for the keeper. But had that raced through, you really would have had a sinking feeling for the Sharks here at Lord's. 11 off the over, still 4 balls to come of it. Sharks don't sink though, do they? They float, so could be a floating feeling for the Sharks.
A floundering feeling? But they're not flounders, are they?
Well, I have that feeling every morning, to be honest. But the wides. Curling had kept it tight the first couple of overs. The third's going wrong.
I wonder if this is what we were talking about earlier. She feels like she's fallen away to the leg side, and therefore the arm's coming above the perpendicular, and she feels like she's just pushing it down the leg side as a result. You'd think it might happen earlier on in the spell if it was to happen, but
it's another wide. It's a tough over for curling. We've all been there at whatever the level. Seen it many times here at Lord's. Whatever the format. Curling's just got to get out of this over. Still 3 balls to go of it.
do you remember the Scott Boswell over for Leicestershire in the final? Early 2000s, wasn't it? That went on a very long time, and I don't think he ever really recovered from it.
Clipped, just a single. Oh, it's going to be leg byes. It's a big chase this for Gentry. Oh, just gets there. They'll turn for 3. Leg byes will be signalled, crucially, not wides. Gibbons runs by the looks of it. $14 to win. It's going to be wides again. Down the leg side it goes.
Well, Molly Adams has made the call that I wonder if maybe should have come slightly earlier in the over, and she's actually going to stand back now. It may still get called as a leg side wide, but she should therefore be able to get across and stop it going to the boundary. And fine legs going back in. Quite wide actually still, but inside the circle.
Single taken. It comes to an end. Just the 8 to win. 25 off that over. 95 for 2. Well, look, we said 1 over. At this stage, the pressure will tell. That's all it will take as an over. It was that time. Looks for Middlesex. So they're the ones that will come out on top. Over came. It swung their way.
8 to win. Can Pindoria get at least 5 of them to get it to a half century? Hawley's on strike though. Taylor from the pavilion end then. 3 out on the leg side, long on mid-wicket, backward square. Ring of 5 on the offside.
Squirts through, singles taken. Single. It's a 46, 6 to win.
She's deserved the half century, but you can't put that before the needs of the team.
Oh, well, single again. Pindoria is within a shot of a 50 at Lords. Middlesex. 2 of 100, 5 a victory. Ooh, bit of bounce.
Pindoria raises her eyebrows at that one. It certainly did bounce.
Oh, now. Swing and a miss, end of the over, 15 gone. 5 to win, 5 overs to go, 98 for 2. Results are in doubt. Hawley having a few words of encouragement. Settle down, don't throw it away.
Absolutely, don't throw it away. They'll be up shortly. Never too late for a massage. Are you playing? If you're not, then no.
Playing my part. I'd like to think.
Yeah, we need to have a word later, by the way.
O'Neill's third over. Oh, goodness me. Now that goes down the ground. They'll take a single. It's 4 to win. 99 for 2. I was wondering whether that was going to go for the boundary, which would have severely hurt Pindoria's chance of a 50. This will be our moment now. 46 from 47. Hammers that one, it's out of reach, and it is the 50, and it is the win for Middlesex. Pindoria, well, there's a smile, a raise of the bat. You're allowed to raise the bat before the celebrations for the victory. 55 minutes. Strike rate of 104. 48 balls for a 50 at Lords for Pindoria. A 6th ball, and an 8-wicket win for Middlesex against Sussex. 4.4 overs to spare. It's been emphatic in the end for Middlesex. Strong performance from the off, winning the toss. The day as well.
Good day's work, all in all. Bowlers will be very happy with their day's work. And you want someone to take charge of the innings. Pindoria did exactly that. She might feel that she owed her opening partner some after the mix-up with Datani getting her run out. But Pindoria, it's a really good knock. Skipper alongside it. Skipper's had a good day as well. They're clearly enjoying the moment, and so they should. Great way to start this Vitality Blast Women's League 2 campaign.
Handshakes all round, smiles for Middlesex. Sussex didn't quite go to plan today. Solid start with the bat. Was always in the balance with the ball. It's going to go one way or the other. It went Middlesex's way. The story really of this game. Pindoria, an unbeaten 50, guided Middlesex home. Middlesex 98 points for Sussex. Well, so wickets column really that they need to keep filling up. To time as well. Strong start from Middlesex, strong performance here at Lords on a good day for the hosts. The men will hope it'll go the same way as the women later on today. Do join us back. 6:15 is the start time for the men's game this evening. Do join us here live on stream at Lords for that one. For those of you that have been with us for the first game today, thanks very much for your company. Stick with us if you can. Andrew McKenna and myself, Kevin Hand of the stream team, will be back in a couple of hours for the evening game.
Get this crowd bouncing. Oh my goodness me! Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, that's a magnificent strike. Oh wow, that's absolutely awesome. Oh yes!
Has he got him? He has. Oh, wow. Now, that is some pickup shot.
All the fun and all the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket. All new experiences for everyone, all over the country. Every session is all out action, all the time. All are welcome, all invited, even mums and dads. Skills, friendships, smiles, dreams. It all happens here. All you need is delivered right to your door. Best of all, it even has your name on it. All the activators are fully trained. And all they want is for us to have a great time. Always. Tap, ball, catch, throw, try it all. It's time to go all in, all together. And it all starts with All Stars. All you need to get started is at allstarscricket.co.uk.
Power your play this holiday at Dynamo's Cricket.